Are you with a nonprofit organization looking to improve fundraising effectiveness through smart, targeted investments? Then you're probably considering a needs assessment, or what we call a fundraising system gap analysis. The gap analysis will help you clarify the current position of your fundraising system, define your desired state, and create a roadmap to get you from here to there. We'll guide you through the process, starting with watching this video, then using our free assessment tool to plot your current position. Then you'll watch another video that will guide you through plotting your future position and through creating a plan for reducing the gap. Congratulations, you're well on your way. So here's everything you need to know about fundraising systems in 5 minutes. First, let's think about information using the classic pyramid model, where the bottom level represents the baseline but critical requirements, and also the most or many transactions. The mid-level is built on top of the lower level, and the top level represents the highest value, as well as requiring the most resources to attain. Now let's apply the DIKW theory to this model. Don't worry, DIKW is just a term from information services that represents the progression of information from data to information to knowledge to wisdom. The business world has adapted and simplified this to 3 levels: transaction, management, and strategy. In this model, the transaction level represents the inputs, processes, and outputs related to operations. The management level represents performance assessments and evaluations. And the strategic level represents decision-making and learning. So what does this look like in action? Imagine you're driving and the traffic light ahead turns yellow. Data, in this case distance and speed, is collected at the transactional level and then pushed into the management level for assessment. Some rapid calculations are made and you decide that with a slight increase in speed, you could clear the intersection before the light turns red. All of this information is pushed up to the strategic level, which adds external observations and a little judgment to the equation. There are 3 key concepts we'll want to carry into the next section. First, the same data is present in all 3 levels of the hierarchy. What differentiates between the levels isn't the data itself, but it's how the data is accessed and applied. Each person within an organization accesses and applies data at all 3 levels, just like the driver in our example. And finally, information moves between the levels. The movement of information is managed by 3 subsystems: the transactional information system, management information system, and the decision support system. These 3 combined comprise your fundraising system. So let's look at each of them in a little more detail. The transactional information system contains operational tasks and processes. In a fundraising department, this means communicating with your constituency, creating giving prompts and reducing barriers to giving, managing gift stewardship, like gift acknowledgements, cultivating relationships with your donors and prospects, and tracking engagement, such as event attendance, alumni status, or patient history. Tasks and processes are predefined and highly structured. The management information system summarizes and reports on performance. For example, current performance relative to goals, or current performance relative to past performance. It supports planning and management activities, such as resource allocations, performance reviews, and routine course corrections. The decision support system applies information gathered from the transaction information system and the management information system and combines it with information from external sources. It relies on judgment and insight to develop non-routine solutions and builds organizational capacity for analysis and non-routine decision-making that can be applied to future situations. Each of these subsystems contain people, structures, processes, and data that make this system work by moving information. So all you need to know about a fundraising system is that it contains people, structures, processes, and data that activates information throughout transactional, management, and strategic levels. Now, why does this matter? Each organization will have a unique fundraising system. For example, a grassroots advocacy group that relies on many small online donations, runs basic revenue reports, and uses this information to make operational and management decisions will look quite different from a private school that relies primarily on major gifts from current parents and alumni, assesses fundraising performance from various perspectives, and then uses this assessment to guide strategic, organizational, and fundraising decisions. Each of these examples models smart investments. The first example focuses resources on building capacity to manage a high volume of transactions with the appropriate investment in basic management and strategic systems. Whereas the second organization focuses investment on building capacity at the fundraising management and strategic levels required for managing a more complex fundraising mix. This model also recognizes the variable cost and value proposition of the two social operating components versus the two technical operating components. We'll apply this in the next step of the fundraising system gap analysis, plotting your current position using the online assessment tool. You will be asked to rate your current fundraising system across all three levels of information access and application, and report on the health of your fundraising operations. A healthy fundraising system ensures that people have both the time and capacity to do their jobs. There are solid operational systems in place, so everybody knows their responsibilities, there are clear goals, and the fundraising system focuses on what matters, meaning the system aligns with the organization's fundraising strategy. In a healthy fundraising system, processes are effective, efficient, and consistent. The data are accurate, reportable, and are of the appropriate depth and breadth for your fundraising strategy. Congratulations on completing the first step in this process. Now you're ready to take the assessment.